y'all. Tracery here with Picture Me Living, and I'm here with Miss Rozay.
Hey.
Introduce yourself. Let everybody know your Instagram, all of that.
So I'm Rozay. My Instagram is Rozayandroses. And yeah, that's me.
All right. So where are you from? Let's just get into it.
Okay, so I tell everybody I'm from the West Coast because I'm really bi-coastal. I started in California and my mom moved us to Seattle. So
Okay. What part of Cali?
South Central LA
Oh, okay.
and San Francisco, the Bay Area. So
And how'd you end up in Atlanta, though, from the West Coast?
family.
Okay.
My son's father, he's from the South, so he brought me down here and
You got an interesting story downstairs. Before we get into it, I got to give you an icebreaker. Give me your favorite LA artist.
I'm a diehard Nipsey fan, so
I
I'm gonna
know.
always say Nip. I'm gonna say Nip. I also fuck with a lot of Bay Area rappers. So
Okay.
Lil Russell and Mozzie, I would say, and a lot of old heads know Mac Dre, so I'm gonna say Mac Dre.
Okay.
But yeah.
Some new people I haven't heard of yet. Do you like Kamaya?
They're all right.
Okay. Yeah, I do like her. I like YG.
Yeah, of course, YG's YG.
Yeah. But okay, so give me your favorite Nipsey songs then. Let's break it down.
Ooh. I would
Okay,
say
just give me like top 3 then. Top 3 Nipsey songs.
top 3. I would say Face the World.
Wow.
I would say
It's not the radio hits. That's why I'm like,
no.
wow. Because I'm thinking all my life, grinding all my life.
Yeah, no.
Oh, really?
If you were no, of course that's obviously it's a favorite
Yeah.
song, but no. 4 in the morning. That's definitely one of my
Wow,
favorite
another
Nipsey
one not on the
songs.
radio. Okay.
And If You Were Mine.
Wow. Okay, I gotta go look all of those songs up. I'm trying to think. It's one slow one that I like. It's a video for it, and Lauren London is in the video.
Oh, I can't think right
I
now.
can't think of it either, but when I think of it, I'll type it in the
Right.
description. But that's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
definitely.
Perfect 10.
Oh yeah, of course, Perfect 10.
Yes,
Yeah,
I love that song.
yes,
That's
yeah.
probably my favorite Nipsey song.
And he
Because
put,
it's like, it's affirmative. Like, I just feel real good after listening to it. Like, I can just go and conquer the world.
right.
Yeah.
Also, Mailbox Money, K Camp's on that. So I
Wow.
think
Another song I don't know. That's why I like these icebreakers though, because y'all teach me something. And so that means you're teaching someone in the audience something new about something that you love, you know?
yes, I definitely
Yeah.
love Nipsey and what he stood for.
Yeah.
And he stood on a lot of things. You know, he made you want to dig into being an entrepreneur and not just
Yeah.
keeping yourself in a box. And
Yeah.
I feel like that is important, especially people that were raised in the hood.
Yeah.
You know, they don't really teach us a lot of stuff. Like, you know, we can go on for days. Like he talks about, you know, the youth and was
Yeah.
building youth centers for them. And I feel like as much as we have kids, there's not a lot of people that pour into the kids
Right.
in this newer generation. So I feel like that's important. And it's lovely to hear as just being a mother. So
Yeah. So the story you told me downstairs about being raised, essentially, can you break it down for me? I don't want to butcher your story. But it's really interesting because it taps into the whole concept of picture me living and escaping and imagination. And I just, you know, I really felt that story. So I want you to tell it.
yeah, so my mom is from another country. She's from El Salvador. And it was really hard growing up in the States with a mother that's not from this country. So I really went through a lot of different diverse situations. I was raised way differently from everybody. I was a foreign before it was cool to be foreign. So,
Oh boy. Oh boy.
you know, the guys love them some foreign girls, but
That's an unpopular topic, but no, that's a good one.
So, yeah, I was just raised real differently. Like my mom, she always kept a bunch of jobs, and
Yeah.
she could only teach me how to be the woman of the house and how to cook and clean and things that her mother taught her.
Right.
But she put me right in the hood, so I didn't know how to navigate through that.
And in
you
the
know?
hood, it ain't no woman of the house in the hood. Everybody works. Everybody works, and everybody has to fight and pay bills and
Right.
survive another day.
Right. So when I was growing up, it was a lot of people from different walks of life. So we're all going through things, but in our different ways. Like
Yeah.
there's kids that are getting taken from their parents because they're on drugs, and we
Yeah.
have prostitutes over here.
Yeah.
So we're dealing with that. And then here I am in 7th grade coming home, and my mom got deported. So it's
Wow.
like, you know, coming home and you having a regular life and your mom just getting taken like that, it puts it kind of breaks your spirit, you know?
Yeah.
So I had to like really like be okay with being alone at a very tender
So what
age.
happened?
And so my mom had got deported and had to go back to her country without saying goodbye because they just
Yeah.
take you.
Yeah.
But being that I was still young, I was in middle school, my mom was able to get with the lawyer and put in a petition, and we had to go through a lot of different things for her to be able
Okay.
to get me. But that also challenged me with having to go through adoption and stuff like that, you
Okay.
know, because I was at the crib chilling for like over a month.
Really?
So, trying to thug it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was really different. And it really taught me the sense of having family without them being your blood family. So I had a friend, she's been my best friend since then, you know, and
Yeah.
her family basically took me in, and they taught me a lot of just different things that I feel like my mom could never teach me because she didn't know about those type of
Right.
things. So they laced my boots.
Yeah.
to say the
I will
least.
say that about the hood. Everybody's family. Your
Right.
cousin might not be your blood cousin, but that's your cousin.
Right.
And that's no questions asked.
And
For
I-
life too.
Yeah, and I feel
Yeah.
like that's the misconception. They'll see me, but oh, she just a little Spanish girl, and I'd be like, what? Like, I was
No,
raised in the
everybody has a story to tell. Listen, everybody has a story to tell. I always say that because people are really quick to judge a book by its cover. Like, oh, she's beautiful. She doesn't have any problems. Oh, she had a good job. She doesn't have any problems. Like, no, every single person has a flaw. It doesn't
Right.
matter if you can physically see the flaw, aesthetically, everybody has a story to tell, even if it's not like you said, like you didn't ask for that. That just happened, you know?
Right.
So that's not a flaw that you asked for, that you worked for, but it created a stronger woman for sure.
Definitely taught me
Aw.
the real definition of resilience, you
Yeah.
know, grace, and how to stand 10 toes about yours for sure.
So you just came home one day and your mom wasn't there. Like, who took care of you?
So I have a sister, and at the time she was living in Miami in Little Havana.
Okay.
So my mom had called her, and you know, she flew to the West Coast. And,
Okay, that's good.
yeah,
That's
but it
good.
wasn't like
Right, no, it
in
took
there.
time. Yeah.
My mom, when they deport you, they don't just deport you. Like you have to be in a holding center. And
Okay.
they have to do calling cards. So back then we didn't even have cell phones like that
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah.
It was house phones. So
Yeah.
it was a lot, and it just, you know, I developed having like anxiety, you know, waking up and not knowing when your mom is going to be home or what your next meal is going to be.
Wow.
It teaches you like a lot. Like I know that my favorite line is always going to be, I'm going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And that's because I always had to.
That's a single mom. We're going to get into that a little later. That's a single mom line. It don't matter what's going on. I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah, small line.
It's gonna work itself out. I don't know how it's gonna work itself out. I don't know where this money gonna come from. I don't know where this help gonna come from, but it's gonna come. So I'm not even about to stress over it. What are your thoughts of Atlanta then? Let's just fast forward to now. Living in Atlanta.
I love Atlanta.
Really?
I do. I think I love it because it's way different from the West Coast. Don't get it twisted. I love the West Coast. It's always gonna be West Coast on mine, but I love Atlanta just for the simple fact of this is the place where you don't have to be a rapper or an actress.
Everybody famous.
Everybody's famous. Everybody has money. There's so many entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the business mentality. I love the freedom that comes with that. I feel like anybody that's not from here, you come out here and you have those basic, you know what I'm saying, thoughts of being a boss, you're going to thrive out here because we have opportunity out here to do that.
So a friend of mine went to church today. This just triggered a thought from earlier. A friend of mine went to church today and immediately called me with the message that he heard in church. He was like, if you was a preacher, you would say some shit like this because you don't have no heart and you just say what the fuck is on your mind. I'm like, what did the preacher say? He said the preacher was like, y'all need to put y'all work ethic in y'all vision board.
Mm.
And I was like, you know what? I done said this before. And I'm pretty sure somebody was like, oh, she just being an asshole. Just like I told you, or I told somebody on Instagram the other day. Like, sometimes I want to delete some of the things that I post because it seems like I'm being mean, but it's just, it's the harsh reality. Like, it's true. So let's work a little harder. Everyone needs to work a little harder.
But I think that's what aligns us. Yeah. Just that thought and mentality. You know what I'm saying? Put that work in because you're only going to have what you put that work in for. So
he said the preacher was like, y'all putting CEO on your vision board when y'all need to put third shift manager on your vision board. I was like, you know what? I wouldn't have said that, but I have said something similar before. Like, you might not need to put Bali, Indonesia on your vision board, but you can put, Denver, Colorado, still beautiful. You can put other things, that are more easily attainable because, in my opinion, I feel like I need to feel a win. I need a check in the box.
Right.
So if I put something too far-fetched, like, okay, I want to go to the moon on Saturday. If I don't go to the moon on Saturday, I'm going to be defeated, depressed. I'm going to, I'm going to stress eat. I'm going to be down and bad on myself because I set my goal a little bit too high.
I think that's the Aquarius in you.
Oh, what that made you tell me? That's on my list too. We're going to go Pisces versus Aquarius.
I feel like it's the Aquarius in you just because, most of my sisters are Aquarius. So it's like more of the straight shooters. It's like that motherly, but I'm going to keep it a buck with you.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what I mean by that. Like, when you say that you're not going to just go for Bali, you would rather somebody, pick something that's obtainable.
Yeah.
See, the thing about us Pisces is I feel like we're visionaries. We're going to go for the gusto. So
really?
So like, I've always my friends, they can vouch for the, I'm always going for the top of the top. Cause I really feel that abundance is our birthright. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go for it all.
So audience, my birthday is February 18. When is your birthday?
February 19th. I'm a spicy Pisces.
So do you think that some of the other sign carries over and vice versa?
Yes, definitely. Because I feel like, when I hear a lot of things of Aquarius, I'm like, that's why I get along with them because I'm definitely on the cusp.
Everyone gets along with us. What are you talking about? Everyone loves Aquarians.
And we do. We love what y'all bring to the table. You know what I'm saying? I feel like there's something beautiful about all zodiac signs, to be honest. Everybody has a good trait.
I got Pisces and Aquarius traits saved. And we were going to do a back and forth about that. What are your okay? So how would you have worded what the pastor said in your Pisces language? While I find this,
As
Eh,
far as putting that work in,
yeah, that's a
you're
nice way to say that.
that's the thing is like there's no real middle ground with me. It's either I'm either turned up about something or real chill about something.
Okay.
And I feel like that's the Pisces thing because there's two fish. You know what I'm saying? There's one that's going
Mm,
upstream and there's one that's going downstream. So people be
okay.
like, she's nice. Nah, she's mean as fuck. Guess what? Both of them are right. Cause we don't really just pull that out just because, you know.
So we've got Pisces, creative, empathetic,
True that.
intuitive,
Very much so.
generous, moody. So
Yes.
that's the two fish. One upstream, one downstream. Romantic. Oh
I'm a
gosh.
lover girl.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so your love language is like holding hands and shit like
You
that.
know what? It's
Hugs.
I'm not okay. This is where it gets a little because yes, I love affection, but you can't touch me unless you can touch me. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying?
okay.
Like that's not
Most Pisces I know is just hug. Come here, give me a hug. Give me a hug. Everyone gets a hug. Like,
yeah.
don't touch me.
Yeah. So that I'm a
Yeah,
cuspian.
I'm giving you a little bit of my Aquarius from February 18th.
On that one, yes, most
Let's
definitely.
see, emotion is one. What do you have to say about that one?
You know how deep the water goes? Our emotions run deep.
Child.
You know what I'm saying?
Oof.
I'm the type of person that when I'm talking, I like to let's get to it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay.
I like, I don't like the small talk. If you trying to do small talk with me, we're not gonna get nowhere. Like, I'm gonna know about your mama, your daddy.
You getting
You
all the
got
business. Okay.
children. How's your relationship with your baby mama? Like, I want to know it all. You know what I'm
That come with age too, though, because
saying?
I need to know that answer too. Like, why you not with your baby mom?
Right.
Explain. I need to know.
But you know what?
Because
And I'm not a judgmental person, but I'm really, I might judge you at that moment because I'm like, you know, when people are so quick to like trash their ex or something, I'll be like,
it was probably you.
so
Because I don't have
you might be a
anything.
you thing.
Yeah, I don't have anything bad to say about an ex. So if you have something bad to say, it's probably you.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, there was a point in time that there was love there. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Especially if you guys decided to have a
Have a
child.
kid.
I don't give a
Yeah.
damn if y'all was a situationship.
Yeah.
You're not going to be doing all that with somebody that you don't care
Yeah.
for. So when people
Exactly.
will down them, I'll be like, all right.
Yeah, it's probably you. I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just gonna exit.
Yeah, because then guess what? You might be next. So it's like,
And will. Trust me.
so I rather, yeah, keep myself preserved.
So I got my Aquarius traits. My favorite one, I'm gonna skip to aloof. I love that one. Aloof. I'm gonna put the definition on the I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but I'm definitely aloof. I love that. Unpredictable,
Mm-hmm.
idealistic,
Mm-hmm.
independent, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
Intelligent,
Okay.
creative, humanitarian. I definitely feel like there should be world peace. Like I
Yes.
really do feel like not having world peace, sometimes like I lose sleep. So I believe in that. I believe in like aliens and all that weird shit that they say Aquarius. Like I believe in all of that. So you know what made me believe in zodiac signs? Because
What?
I kind of went with it because I'm born in February and purple was my favorite color my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had an amethyst like from a very young age. So I just read my horoscope for no reason. I didn't really believe into it until I looked around one day and I was surrounded by like 10 Virgos and they were all the same person. And I was like, I know you fucking lying. I know you lying.
Yes.
I know you lying. Then I started to notice I had a lot of Taurus around me and they were all the same person. And I'm like, yo, this is for real. And so I was dating a Pisces at the time. So no, it's for real. That emotion shit is for real.
Yes.
All of that is. So what makes you believe in it?
So I actually I actually went to this this health store. It's in LA. It's called Simply Wholesome. It's the best thing since sliced bread. Like, I love it. Anybody that goes to LA, I always advocate, go check it out. Simply Wholesome.
Okay.
Best store ever. You get everything. You get smoothies. They have food. They have herbs. They have vitamins. Just everything. But there was, I like to call her my mentor. Her name is the Hood Healer.
Okay.
And she definitely woke my game up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She definitely was a big attribute to who I am today. You know what I'm saying? Like, she makes me carry it a certain way.
Okay.
She talks about not only the Zodiacs, just a higher level of spirituality. And it all ties in with your zodiac signs. And I really do be tapped in with her because I feel like birds in the feather, you know how they say that, flock together. They really do, you know. And I feel like a lot of things that she talks about, she keeps it real, and she gives you things that you could really work on. So when you're talking about vision boards, yeah, we were definitely sticking a bunch of stuff on the vision board. You know what I'm saying? And she's the one that talks about, you know, abundance being your birthright, you know, and that really ties in with my Soul Sundays. Okay. You know, so
that's the next topic. What is Soul Sunday? Because it's Sunday, and when you told me that, I was like, oh, I want to participate. It sounds so fun. What is it?
Yeah, so my Soul Sundays are my sanctuary days. You know what I'm saying? It's my time to get right.
Okay.
Mentally, physically, spiritually. I'm lighting candles. I'm buying fresh flowers. I'm cutting the tips off. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of oils.
Attention to detail.
Yeah, there's crystals. I'm taking my little Cleopatra baths. And that consists of rose petals in there. I've got different types of Epsom salts.
Really?
Like, it's a day to really pay attention to self. You know what I'm saying? We do so much, you know what I'm saying, for people Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
But Sundays, everybody knows the phone is on Do Not Disturb.
So you take it a step further than self-care.
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. Like, if you're around me on Sunday, I love you. Definitely. Like, that's the day I'm cooking in the house. You know what I'm saying? There's music playing and Alexa's going in.
So do you meditate?
Definitely. I feel like meditating in the mornings are definitely pivotal for your days. Like, you having those moments to yourself. You know, I'm an early bird. There's times where I wake up at 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. and just quiet.
So are you intentional? Because I'm not intentional with my meditation. I definitely do it. It's second nature for me now. I would sit in complete silence in my home. I actually require silence in my home. I was just telling Frenchie that the other day. I was like, you know, once my social meter cuts off, I listen to that. Like, I don't force my social meter. Like, if I need to get quiet, I'm going to get quiet. I'm going to go be quiet. And, you know, I'm unapologetic about that. And even my son, like, we'll sit in complete silence. Like, I believe that there's peace in that. But I'm not intentional, though, with meditation first thing in the morning. Like, I would wake up and lay in bed.
Yeah, I think what brought me to being intentional is journaling. You know what I'm saying? Like, holding myself accountable.
So you get up, cut the light on.
Not even, I don't even want to say I cut the lights on.
Okay.
I have plants everywhere in my house. So I'm opening the windows, letting that get inside.
Like, you so far ahead of me.
I'm like,
every plant that came in here that died. Every single one.
No, I love my plants. They were my babies. Like, you know, you know, it's crazy. It's like, as you get older, you really become your parents sometimes. It don't matter if you're around them or not. Sometimes it's in the DNA.
You're right about that.
So, like, when I was growing up, my mom had a bunch of plants all the time. She had books on herbs and She comes from another country, so a doctor wasn't the first thing you think
Yeah.
about. We were more on, you know what I'm saying, like herbs and stuff to get us,
Self-healing.
yeah,
Yeah.
self-healing and stuff. And that's really what brought me into even consuming like things like sea moss and like
Okay.
turmerics and like, you know, chlorophyll water, like just different
Right.
type of things. It was my mom, you know, she
Yeah.
just, I used to hate it. People would be like, "Can I smell?" I'm like, "No." Like, why? Because I grew up like Tarzan, like fruits,
Yeah.
vegetables. Like, I hated it growing up. But now that I'm an adult, I'm like, you don't eat no vegetables.
Exactly.
You don't drink no water.
So what I just mentioned a few minutes ago about what I wanted to delete off Instagram, I think you did like it, but it was about working out. And if you don't work out, the first thing I notice is your lack of discipline. And, you know, you can't say too much on Instagram because, you know, it's only so much space or whatever. But what I meant by that was, you know, it's not a shape thing. It's not an aesthetic thing. I can just tell by, you know, like eating habits and stuff like that, what you're consuming, because this is the only temple that God gives us. Like, I could go get another car, I can go get another house, but I can't go get another this. Like, this is it. And I get it. Car accident, stuff like that happens by chance, you know, but what I consume, if I'm eating McDonald's, if I'm, you know, processed food all the time, doing all this shit, I'm forcing other health issues in this one temple that I can't replace.
Right.
So it just means a big deal to me to be mindful about what I consume, especially since, you know, we drink, we party, we have a good time. So I don't want to force like I pick and choose my battles, basically.
Right.
Like I'm going to pick and choose my poison. I'm going to pick and choose, like airplanes aren't the safest, but you know, we travel via airplane all the time. So, you know, it's a huge choice that we make with our diet. I just feel like that's a huge discipline barrier that I see a lot of people say, you know what, fuck it. I'm killing myself everywhere else with work and all that, so I'm just gonna go get McDonald's anyway. Like, no, we gotta have some sort of discipline.
And think about it. People hate their jobs.
Yes.
So
Everyone.
this, I'm gonna give a, you know, people already hate their jobs, so they're mad as fuck that they're there.
Yeah.
They're cooking your food. So all them intentions and all that they're bringing in that food, there ain't no love there, baby. When you cook your own food,
that energy you're taking
in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not only that, that's kind of why I like going to like particular restaurants. Like if it's like a mom and pops, I'm gonna tap in.
With love.
It's made with love, and I could tell. You can't fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? You could eat something and be like, oh my God, this is so good.
Dang, that's such a great Pisces way of saying what I just said. Like, it was so nice and beautiful. Like, we said the same thing, but yours was just so nice and eloquent. Like, nah, for real, like, I want my food to be made with love. Like,
period.
Yeah.
Period. Everything. Your drinks made with love. Your food made with love. You want to be with the right people. You know what I'm saying? It's all about
entering
the
your temple, and it's going to stay there for a few days. That energy is going to be in there. And if it's processed, it's going to stay in there for weeks. It's going to stay in there for a very long time.
And you start feeling shitty. You eat bad. You be like, damn, I need to get right.
Now, when you consume vegetables over a few days, your attitude changes.
It does.
That depression slowly leaves your body. We could go real deep into that. Like, for real, it's a huge shift when you change just even one meal per week.
Right.
Like, it's a huge shift. And that turns into 2 meals per week and 3 meals. And
right.
It just goes deeper.
I'm always like the friend that everybody's FaceTime and they're like, what'd you grab from Whole Foods? What'd you get from the farmer's market? I'll be like, well, let me put you on real quick. Because I love
be asking you then. You go to Trader Joe's?
I do go to Trader Joe's. I go to Trader Joe's for, you know, specific
They say
things.
the bad bitches go to Trader Joe's.
And you know, they might be right now. So I like Whole Foods. You know, my favorite store in Atlanta is 7 Under. It's in Little 5 Points. Anybody that's health conscious and you're looking for a good place to tap in, I'm gonna definitely say tap in with 7 Under.
Okay.
Also, like, if you're like on the go and you want a smoothie made with a lot of love, go to Wadada. You know what I'm saying?
I
It's
haven't
right
heard of
there.
that.
It's in the West End. So
Okay.
I'm gonna definitely tell you to tap into
Yeah.
them.
I'm like,
You
what
know?
is that? Yeah, I know Little 5 Points. I go over there to get like crystals and stuff from over there.
Okay, from the blue crystal blue.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it's two shops over there.
if you go there, there's a
Yeah.
face reader. You need to tap in with him. His name is Jake. He's good people.
Okay. Yeah,
Good
you're so
people.
far ahead. I need to catch up with you. First, I'm gonna get intentional with my meditation because
Right.
I do it every morning, but it's not intentional.
But you know
It's
what?
a habit.
I feel like when you are intentional with what you have, you get some beautiful blessings. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? That's how I could tell the vibe with whom I'm around. You know what I'm saying? When it's like always gossip or you always got some shit going on, I'm gonna carefully retreat. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Because why are we gossiping?
Yeah,
Why?
but when you're around good people,
Yeah.
solid people that are living in their purpose, it don't even feel like work anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because you're living in your purpose. And that's the
Good.
type of people you want to be around because that's going to inspire you to be, you know what I'm saying, the best thing that
Better.
you can be.
Yeah.
I always ask God, what is my purpose? Let me, you know what I'm saying, put that
Yeah.
on me. And I feel like that's what he's been doing slowly but surely. He's been aligning me with the right people. And I think this is the best I felt in a very long time. You
Oh,
know?
that's beautiful. I'm happy for you.
Yeah, love it. Love
Yeah.
it. Those all tie into why I love Atlanta, you know.
Okay.
So
That's good.
yeah.
I'm happy you love Atlanta. I hate it when people move here and they be like, "Oh, it sucks here." Okay, go back. Go back then. Get out.
Right.
We
Because
packed
there's gonna be bullshit wherever you go.
everywhere. So, what is some dream travel that you have? Some dream trips or ideal experiences? Like, what's on your mind with travel?
So, one of the places I want to go to, which I'm going to go to in February, is Jamaica.
Okay.
I love anything to do with the tropics, okay? I'm here for it. So, no, I'm not going. Yes, I'm gonna do the raft, but that's not the light of what I want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to Jamaica, I'm so excited to go because they're so known for different, you know, things like their fruits and like their cold pressed juices and their sea
Natural,
moss,
yeah.
just a bunch of
Yeah.
beautiful things. And God willing, I'm gonna open up my own shop this summer. So I'm really wanting to just tap into, you know what I'm saying, people that are
Yeah.
already about the life.
Yeah.
And I feel like iron sharpens iron. So I can't wait to
Yeah.
go and be in the ambiance and
Yeah.
bring it out here. So
Oh,
I'm definitely excited. And I'm mixed. I'm Salvadorian and I'm Cuban. So I definitely want to deal with anything to do with Caribbean people. So
okay.
I want to, you know, one of my dream places also to go to, I would say, is we've talked about it actually. Bali. I want to go to Bali. I want to be on my eat, pray, love.
I love Bali. I loved all these places that you named. Cuba was one of my favorite experiences because it was no Wi-Fi.
Right.
And still took pictures, and yeah, I got a lot of documentation from that trip. But it was Black people. This is the first time I experienced Black people that did not speak English.
Oh, you left it.
That was my first time experiencing that, and I've seen it since then. It's still kind of odd. I've seen it in France, where they, you know, just speak French, and I'm like, whoa, like you look like me, and,
Right.
you don't
And
know
that's a
anything.
beautiful thing. I
Yeah.
feel like there was a lot of people growing up, they didn't know what a real Afro-Latino was. And I'm being like, are you kidding
Oh
me?
no,
You think
it
this
is.
is
The
it?
DR is like that,
Right.
and
But you know what it
Cuba.
comes with? It's exposing yourself
Yeah,
to
we're
different.
not taught that here in America.
Exactly.
We're not taught anything about our culture, period.
Mm-hmm.
We've created our own culture, but it's a mixture of all Americans. But we don't have our own Afro culture, and it's African people, well, people with African descent everywhere, with deep African descent. Like when I tell you those people in Cuba look exactly like me, same hair coil, afros, locks, like
Mi
wow.
gente.
Yeah, and they really don't know what we're saying, and they don't have a desire
Mm-hmm.
to learn English or come to America. They good where they at. I'm like, wow.
No, right.
Yeah, they ain't really teach us this at all.
Yeah, it's really beautiful because
Yeah.
everything's vintage still.
Mm-hmm.
So everything's untouched.
Yeah.
And I think the closest taste you're gonna have to something like that is probably Miami.
Yeah.
You know, they have areas where they can't touch, you know, the structure
Yeah.
of things, and I think that's dope.
Yeah.
It preserves what it's about, really. But yeah, like Cuba, anything to do with Cuba is great. The food, the ambiance, the people, everything. It's so rich in culture,
Yeah.
colors, you know,
Very colorful. Yeah.
flavorful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Spanish mommy, so I'm gonna always always throw a little flavor in
Oh,
there.
you're gonna have so much fun in Jamaica. Oh my God. Is it all girls?
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna have so much fun.
Definitely. I
Yeah.
think just to get away and just a moment to self. Because
Yeah.
I'm hardworking all the time.
Yeah.
So I really needed that.
So you're a boy mom.
Definitely.
What is it like?
It's so rewarding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's definitely a different type of love. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's a different, you hold yourself to a different standard when you're a boy mom.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I'm raising a Black man in the United States of America. So he's gonna face a bunch of different things that I didn't even face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So just equipping our kids with that game, you know what I'm saying? I think in this generation, we're so quick to like push these agendas that our parents were on us. We're living in different times. You know what I'm saying? So what would the young you need to know at them ages, those pivotal ages? You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's what we need to be telling our kids, you know what I'm saying? And when you're a boy mom, I feel like you really have to be a different type of honest. You know what I'm saying? And they need that safe space to know that they don't always have to be so hard.
That's the thing. They need a safe space. They need a space that they can trust.
Mm-hmm.
For me, you know, I love Instagram, right?
Mm-hmm.
My son, not so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to make the sacrifice that if my son is in the frame, I might can't post that, you know? Or if his voice is in the video, I'm posting my close friends, so I might not post it in my actual story. But no, like seriously, like I have to leave that space open for him to where he trusts his mom with everything. It's just that simple too. Like just that one example. You can ruin a man's trust for life by, you know, and if you don't trust your mom, then who you gonna trust? Like, you know, you're just gonna be lost out here in the world. So I've noticed stuff like that, and it's made me a better person because I don't ever want to ruin that for him. I want that portion of his life to remain innocent. Like, I can go to my mom about anything. Because a lot of men don't have that.
Right.
And a lot of men feel like they don't have a safe space to talk about things with women because of moms telling their secrets and stuff like that.
Right.
So that's just one example. It's so many different things that I've noticed with my son, like just how he talks, how he walks, and how he approaches me. You have to let your kids approach you. You got to apologize to your kids.
Yes.
Like,
and it's different.
It's totally different from me growing up. I didn't really approach adults like that. I waited for them to approach me, you know, so, and I could kind of see, like, sometimes my son tiptoes, like, no, you can come talk to me. Like, it's okay. You can come talk to me.
Right.
But yeah, I had to apologize to my son like a week or two ago. And, it was a little difficult. I was like, fuck, I'm doing a pop. But you have to do that though, because, you know, we're not always right.
No, we're not.
Even with our friends, you know, we're not always right. We have to apologize to our friends. Of course, we have to tell our kids, you know, my bad. I never wake up with an attitude with him, never yell at him before going to bed. I never, you know, all that stuff you see on Instagram, I've always done that with my kid. Like, very soft, gentle parenting.
Right.
And I really think that, it's working.
Definitely.
Yeah.
My son, he just...
I see that in your son too, though. I'm not gonna lie. He's beyond his age.
Yeah, I feel like he's like an old man in a young voice.
Wise.
But
Wise, yeah.
he puts me onto so much like game.
Yeah.
He just wakes up. He's a good spirited person. Like every time you ask my son, "How are you?" He'd be like, "I'm great." I'm like, "Okay." You
Not
keep telling
great.
you keep telling yourself every day you're great, you're gonna feel great.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he just carries it a
Are you
certain type of
prepared
way.
for him to say a different response?
Yeah. I get to the run of it, like, because even though we would like to think that everybody raises their kids at a certain way, you know what I'm saying, to be respectful, to be mindful, to be loving, everybody does not put that time into their kids.
Yeah.
So they're faced with
Yeah.
having to deal with a lot of hard knock kids.
Yeah.
So we be having to like put them on to like different ways to handle different situations. And there's times where I'll be like, "Oh my man, better tell him to shut up." Like,
Yeah.
but then I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to change the directory of how this thing is going to go with him. I want him to think bigger. You know what I'm saying? Like this small stuff, this is going to irritate you right now. You're going to deal with a million people that you don't like. But it's all about how you handle yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And everything's going to end up on you. You can't control everything. You can only control your own emotion.
Right.
And I'm a firm believer that as long as that we're pouring that into our kids, we're going to definitely have some stand-up kids. So
yeah.
My son's going to be the next Bill Gates or somebody. I don't know who. He be changing.
Yeah.
One minute he wants to be an architect. The next he wants to be a YouTuber. So we'll see.
So, do you have any other kids?
Yes, I have a daughter. I was a young parent.
Mm-hmm.
I was 16 when I had my daughter. So I like to say I have the best of both worlds.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So like when I had her, I didn't know I needed her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So she definitely changed my life. You know what I'm saying? So
I know the feeling of that, yeah.
When everybody was worried about prom, I was worried about making sure we're good. And I ran into a lot of difficulties because, like I told you, my mom, she's not from this country. So I couldn't go to welfare. I had to get a job. I had to really get to it. You know what I'm saying? But I would never take back those times because me being a mother to her, it shaped me into being a better mother for my son. So
that's good.
And that's hard though. When girls get a certain age, you know, it's like you trying to beat the you out of you. So
if I'm going through with a son, I can't even imagine.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
It's times 10, but you know, I feel like as long as we instill those core values in them, you know what I'm saying?
You're good.
We're good. We can't always shelter them.
Right. They got to live their own life.
Exactly.
Make their own mistakes.
Exactly.
So this is something that I thought about to talk about with you, and I didn't even write this down. One of the most painful parts about parenting right now is I know I'm going to have a conversation with my son 10 or 15 years from now where he's going to say, "Mom, you were right. Mom, I should have listened." That is so painful to know that, and to know that there's a chance that I might not even get to hear that. Mm-hmm. Anything could happen between now and then.
Right.
And this happens, I'm sure you know, around this teenage age where, you know, they know everything. And it's like, oh man, you're going to say this in so many years from now, and there's nothing I can do about it. I just got to sit back and watch you do some stupid shit.
Right. And I hate that.
That's the most painful part of being a parent of a teenager right now.
Because when I say I sounded like Clifford off the Pink, like going down the rules, like don't do this. What you do if this happens? Yep. Like, you know, I was like that. And when my daughter hit the real world, it was like different. Like I couldn't.
You just got to let them do it.
Yeah. And it was like, you got to just trust that they're going to they're going to definitely remember the things that we taught them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? In those moments. Because the real world, they don't give a damn. They don't give a damn. They'll put drugs in your kids' faces.
Man.
They'll tempt your kids to be fighting and doing knucklehead stuff. You know what I'm saying?
So right now in the city of Atlanta, it's ski masks. These young boys walk around with ski masks. Like, right now it is kind of cold. I kind of want one of those ski masks right now. It's kind of cold. But aside from these last couple days, like, what the fuck are y'all wearing ski masks for? Like, you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
So at the same time, why are y'all coming out with laws and shit to prevent ski masks? You're also asking for cops to be brutal.
Right.
On Black men.
Right.
So here I am, being an old lady, talking to my son, and my son's like, what? It's cold out. Like, June, is 60 degrees outside. Ski masks are for skiing down a hill with snow on it, not fucking Atlanta, Georgia. You know, like I said, it's cold now, but
right.
When this was happening, this was like a few months ago. It wasn't that cold yet. And it was just a whole thing in Atlanta. And I'm not even gonna lie, I went to the Chevron around the corner over there by JJ's. I'm in there getting a Sprite and lottery ticket, and probably some of his little schoolmates walked in with ski masks, and I felt the way. I felt like, because why do y'all have these ski masks on?
Right.
And of course, this man is here by himself with all this money is scared shitless that 5 boys twice his size walked in with ski masks on.
Right.
So me and him my son and I had a conversation about that. He just would not see where I was coming from. I said, look, let me explain something to you. George Floyd, you know, and I started naming all these people that, you know, for no reason don't have a life right now. And it's nothing we could do about that.
Right.
It's after the fact. And I'm here as mother of a Black king trying to explain to you, you know, this is some stupid shit. Because he ain't got no ski mask. But what if he does that when I'm not around, when he's around his homeboys or whatever? Then I have to teach him about being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
Be mindful of who you riding with. They could have just robbed somebody. They come picking you up. Now you an associate to some shit, to some dumb shit that just, girl, it's so scary.
It is scary.
It is
and
so
I feel like that's when I think it's dope that you have your son in sports. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
so you're
he's
keeping him busy.
Yeah.
So like even my son's not like typically like he does everything. So my thing is, you like money. He's a Leo. He loves money. Okay. So I make him work for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if you're doing the laundry with me, if you're straightening up, if you're, you just got to keep them busy. I think that's really important.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then they're not keen to doing dumb shit. A lot of kids do a lot of dumb shit because
they're bored.
And not only that, they go without. You send your kids out and about, and they don't even got $20 in their pocket to go buy some snacks at the store. Yeah. What you think they're about to do?
Yeah.
They're about to go up in there, light it up, stuff in their pockets. They gotta go. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, us as parents, we need to give them a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to be able to teach them the value of $1.
Yeah.
Not always just give them shit, because guess what? We're not going to always be the ones to give them shit. They got to be able to go get it themselves. You know what I'm saying? You don't want your child to be...
I've also explained to my son, he sees the other side of it also. Like, so he knows how I grew up, but he also sees, for instance, I gave him my insurance story. I can't switch insurances. I can't get a decrease on my insurance payment because I filed a claim. I filed a claim because I got robbed. And this is why people shoot first when they're getting robbed.
Right.
I'm gonna need you to choose a different way to get money. Because I promise you, with my experience with this insurance, and you see how much it's a hassle with me. So next time I'm shooting first too. Like, I'm not asking any questions. So he sees both sides of it. And I just hope, it's sticking. But yeah, he is pretty busy. He ain't got time for all that shit.
Exactly. I think that's just important. Just keeping our kids busy, putting them up on stuff that we wish we would have known back then. And show, leading by example. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's certain things that I do that I will not be doing in front of my son. I don't give a damn. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? There's things that I feel like you know how to check yourself as an adult. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Of what's appropriate around them and what's not. So I feel like all that shit plays a part in how they go about in their day-to-day things when they're at other people's houses. Do they have manners? Do they know how to carry
Yeah.
themselves? Or do you have the kid that nobody wants to have at their house? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
Yeah, that means you
like,
might need to step in.
right.
Yeah.
I always
And
tell
do
my
something about
kids,
that.
both of them, you are a representation of me.
Me, yeah.
Period.
Act like you got some sense.
Okay, put some respect on my name.
Right.
So, yeah, I feel like that's important. I feel like him seeing even me, like I'm opening up a new business, him seeing me correlate plans
Working
and
hard.
working
Yeah.
at these numbers, and he's like, "What are you doing?" Oh, okay, like giving me ideas and stuff. I think that's important.
Yeah. Oh, you're so cute.
Each one teach one, right?
So before we end, I wanted to tell you about something you said on a few podcasts back. Triggered a listener of mine, an avid listener. I mean, triggered is an understatement. He kind of cursed us out, actually. So you said something about how a man gonna come into your life, watch you be a single mom, and make you a single mom again. He was like, y'all bitches just get in the room and just start talking about anything. I need to come sit with y'all. I need to straighten y'all out. Like he was pretty upset. And I was like,
straightening it.
I said, no, you're not gonna come sit with us. But what I will say to his defense is, we didn't say a man does that on purpose.
Right.
We're saying that the men weren't thinking it through. That's what we're saying. So it wasn't a definite. And that's another thing with, these podcasts that people get irritated with the relationship topics. Everyone is flawed, and you can't take what someone says and just take that for the end all be all. For instance, the Cheesecake Factory situation. People took that as all black women ain't shit because nobody want to go to Cheesecake Factory. That's why y'all single. No. We like the Cheesecake Factory over here.
Right.
Most women do, actually. So you can't take what, you got to actually deep dive into it. And I love the feedback so that we can actually explain our comment, because we didn't mean it like that. Like a man didn't. They're not like Stevie J sitting back, like plotting, like, yeah, I'm finna make her single mom again. I'm gonna leave that bitch right after I get her pregnant. No, we're saying that men don't think shit through.
Right.
So do you want to expound on what you said?
I mean, I just basically had said that you will be a single parent and a person will come into your life and make your ass a single parent again. Like you see the structure, you see what goes on my day to day, you see what's all on my back, the loads, the outs and ins of everything that comes with being a parent. And I don't know about nobody else, but I hold that shit to a whole other degree.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me being a mom comes first. It's my top priority. So
absolutely,
when there's men that do that, it's kind of like, do you think you're about to be blessed? Because you're not. You know what I'm saying? The Lord entrusted in you to really look after this woman, her child, you know what I'm saying? And gave you a chance at, giving a life and
right,
and carrying that out. And that's not for every man. I know there's wonderful men that are great fathers, that are great stepdads. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed to have some real great people in my life. You know what I'm saying? So again, that's not for everybody.
Right.
But I just know that I got a lot of stories where I can hear different women, not just my friends, that talk about.
That's another thing someone said to me is that's great from your perspective.
Right.
I said, I know a lot of people, and I know a lot of people that are saying the same thing. So this isn't just my perspective.
Right.
I'm grabbing from a lot of different perspectives.
Because they don't hear our conversation. Just like guys have guy conversations.
Oh, our conversation be lit.
You know what I'm saying?
Our conversation be lit.
We talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about it.
So do you think, and also to his defense in a way, because I'm a voice of reason. Do you think that we have accountability in that also? Ignoring red flags,
Right.
believing shit
Right.
that we be knowing too. We be knowing.
I'm
We
gonna
be
pray.
knowing.
I'm gonna tell y'all. I pray to God all the time for discernment. You know,
be
to know.
knowing.
You know what I'm saying? How to carry out in these situations. But you're very right. You're very correct.
Yeah.
But the one thing I will say about that is that comes with wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You don't know about these red flags until somebody tramples you up.
At 38,
and eats it
listen,
up.
I see red flags in dating so clearly now.
Period.
It's just at 38 though, I'm like, really? Like, you not too old for this? Because
Right.
I can see this now, but
Right.
you're not too old to be throwing out these red flags. Like,
Right.
you don't want to change.
And I'm
Like,
gonna tell you
okay.
straight up, I carry it differently now. So
Yeah.
now I'm like, I'm not waiting on nothing. If I see you moving a certain way, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna get out the way.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be the one to try to stop you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you do what you want to do.
And I'm gonna live mine over here.
Period. I think it's a choice thing, not a force thing, baby. So I think that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of discernment is what you should pray for, ladies.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yes, we should hold ourselves accountable.
Maybe we could do a red flag episode one day. Maybe we could gather the girls and just come together with all the red flags that we've seen from our perspective, bring it together, and just 30 minutes dish it out. Red flag, red flag, red. This is a red flag. And women too. And, I mean, even in our women friendships, this is a friendship red flag. This is a male platonic friendship red flag. This is a relationship red flag.
Right. And I think that's another thing that women get messed up too. It's not just your relationship, ladies, that you need to be great at. You need to be pouring into your friendships.
Girl.
You know what I'm saying? You could be a shitty ass friend. You know what I'm saying? And it's because you're not pouring into your relationships.
Exactly.
That reciprocity, it means something.
Yeah.
And it's not just with the male friends.
Yeah.
I feel like that's another red flag to me when a male doesn't have friends. You know, they're not a part of different weddings and group outings. And if you don't got no friends, at least have one or two. I'm not saying you gotta have 17 or 7.
Okay,
you know
hold on. This is intriguing. Help me out with that one. Wait a minute.
It's a red flag to me.
Okay.
If a man doesn't have any friends, is always to himself, doesn't have that great of a relationship, who do you talk to? Why?
Wait, who does he talk to?
That's
I'm interested.
It's a guy. Like, who is it? You need to have somebody. That's why I'm a good soon-to-be wife. Okay? Because I feel like I have these conversations with my girlfriends.
Right.
So when it comes to my man, it's not going to be emotional dumping. It's going to be, I have friends for that.
Right.
You know, I tell my kids that, like, those are your friendship conversations. I'm your mother. The respect is different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like it all plays a part. But yes, we as friends, regardless if you're a man or a woman, you're supposed to pour into those friendships and you take care of those who take care of you.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's been a lot of times where I lean on my friendships to, like, get me through a lot of dark times. And I feel like that's why I'm also on top of my game, because there's people that are willing to check me. I don't have a bunch of yes men around me.
Yeah.
I have people that hold me accountable.
Yeah. And
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'd be like, man, I thought you were supposed to have this done like a week ago. Or I thought you were supposed to do this. You know what I'm saying? Or why did you stop doing that? You know what I'm saying? There's been a lot of times where I felt like I hit
an accountability roadblock with friends a few years ago. It was back to back to back to back. And, you know, it's like, wow, I can be held accountable though. So, and that's an Aquarius trait. We were talking about that the other night. I can be quiet. And then I say, hey, I don't like this. Like, and that's when, you know, the stubborn comes out. That's when the name calling and stuff comes out. Like, oh, why, you know, you never said anything before. And it's like, well, I was observant before, but now I'm saying something and this isn't right. XYZ.
What do you think that I should talk about on the podcast?
Being strong, being confident, standing up for yourself and others, being open-minded. being a thinker.
Those are great.